Across the globe, there exist realms where the raw forces of nature reign supreme, untamed territories sculpted by millennia of evolution, where every sunrise signals a new contest for survival. These are the predator kingdoms, landscapes shaped by the relentless push and pull between hunter and hunted. Among the most awe-inspiring of these are the African savanna and the enigmatic Darién Gap, two worlds separated by oceans and continents, yet united by the drama of survival that unfolds within their borders. The African savanna stretches endlessly beneath a blazing sun, its golden grasses rippling in the wind. Here, life is lived in the open, exposed to the elements and to the ever-watchful eyes of predators. Herds of antelope and zebra move in synchronized waves, their senses sharpened by the constant threat that stalks the horizon. In stark contrast, the Darién Gap is a world shrouded in mystery, a dense emerald labyrinth where sunlight filters through layers of ancient foliage. Here, the rules of survival are rewritten. The jungle is a place of shadows and silence, where every movement is calculated, and every sound could mean danger or opportunity. Towering trees form a living fortress, their roots entwined in a perpetual struggle for space and light. Rain falls in steady rhythms, nourishing a world where life clings to every surface, from the highest canopy to the shadowed forest floor, where secrets are hidden beneath layers of leaf litter and moss. In these predator kingdoms, survival is an art. On the savanna, speed and stamina are the currency of life. Cheetahs explode from cover in a blur of motion, while lions rely on patience and teamwork, orchestrating hunts with silent precision. In the jungle, the jaguar becomes a phantom, melting into the undergrowth, its rosetted coat blending perfectly with dappled light and shadow. Each ecosystem is a masterpiece of complexity. The savanna's open plains are shaped by the migrations of millions, their hooves carving ancient paths across the land. The Darién's tangled corridors are alive with hidden movement. Frogs flash neon colors as a warning, while snakes and insects vanish in plain sight, masters of disguise. These wild kingdoms are sanctuaries for life's greatest diversity. In the savanna, elephants roam in matriarchal herds, shaping the landscape as they travel. Rhinos graze in the early morning mist, their presence a testament to ancient lineages. In the jungle, every branch and pool harbors a new marvel, brilliant birds, elusive mammals, and amphibians that have evolved to thrive in perpetual twilight. These places are not only theaters of survival, but also the lungs of our planet. Their trees and grasses absorb carbon, their plants release oxygen, and their intricate food webs maintain the balance that sustains all life. As we journey deeper into these predator kingdoms, we will witness the strategies and adaptations that allow life to flourish against the odds. From the silent stalk of a jungle cat to the thundering charge of a buffalo herd, every moment is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of nature. Here, the story is written in paw prints and claw marks, in the fleeting shadows that pass through grass and undergrowth. The predator kingdom is a world where every creature, great or small, plays a vital role in the eternal dance of life and death. This is the untold story of nature's most formidable arenas, where the struggle for existence shapes not only the fate of individuals, but the destiny of entire ecosystems. Welcome to the predator kingdom. As dawn breaks over the endless African savanna, a golden light spills across the grasslands, awakening a world teeming with life. The air is crisp, filled with the distant calls of birds and the low rumble of hooves on dew-soaked earth. Here, every creature is both a participant and a witness in a daily struggle for survival, each uniquely adapted to the challenges of this vast, untamed wilderness. The plains stretch as far as the eye can see, dotted with acacia trees and rippling with the movement of immense herds. Wildebeest, zebras and buffalo graze side by side, their numbers so great that the earth itself seems to pulse beneath their feet. These herds are nomads, forever driven by the rhythm of the rains. They travel in long, winding columns, their instincts guiding them to greener pastures and safer grounds. The migration is a spectacle of movement and unity, a living river that surges across the plains, shaping the landscape and the fate of all who dwell here. Yet, where there is abundance, there is also danger. Lurking in the tall grasses, lions and cheetahs watch with patient eyes, their bodies perfectly attuned to the art of the hunt. For the grazers, every moment is a test of vigilance. Ears twitch and eyes scan the horizon, alert to the faintest sign of movement. A single misstep can mean the difference between life and death. The savanna is a land of contrasts, its fortunes rising and falling with the seasons. As the months pass, the landscape transforms, shaped by the relentless cycle of rain and drought. When the rains arrive, the plains burst into life. Grasses grow tall and lush, nourishing the herds and drawing animals from miles around to feast on the bounty. But as the wet season fades, the land dries and cracks. Waterholes shrink, and the once green savanna becomes a harsh, unforgiving expanse of dust and thirst. In these trying times, animals converge at the last remaining sources of water. Elephants, zebras, and antelopes gather in uneasy truce, their survival bound to the precious liquid that sustains them all. Predators, too, are drawn to these oases. Lions wait in the shade, while crocodiles lie motionless beneath the surface, ready to strike at the unwary. The African elephant, with its remarkable memory, leads its family across parched earth to hidden waterholes remembered from years past, a testament to the wisdom passed down through generations. Beneath the muddy waters, crocodiles wait in silence, their patience as formidable as their jaws, striking only when the moment is right. Survival here demands ingenuity. Each species has evolved extraordinary adaptations: thick hides, sharp horns, swift legs, or keen senses, each a tool honed by countless generations. The giraffe, towering above the plains, feeds where few others can reach. Its long neck and prehensile tongue allow it to pluck tender leaves from the highest branches, a niche all its own. When it bends to drink, its powerful heart must pump blood up its long neck, a feat of biological engineering that keeps it alert and agile. Zebras, with their dazzling stripes, create a living illusion. In motion, their patterns blend together, confusing predators and protecting the herd from attack. Buffalo form formidable defensive lines, their massive horns and collective strength shielding calves from prowling lions. The herd's unity is its greatest weapon. Beneath the giants, a bustling world of smaller creatures thrives. Meerkats stand sentry, warthogs root for food, and jackals dart between shadows, each playing a vital role in the ecosystem. High above, vultures glide on thermals, their sharp eyes scanning for the faintest sign of a meal. They are the first to arrive when life ends, ensuring nothing is wasted. These scavengers are nature's recyclers, breaking down remains and returning nutrients to the soil, fueling the next cycle of growth. Spotted hyenas, often misunderstood, are both skilled hunters and efficient scavengers. Their powerful jaws can crush bone, allowing them to access nutrients few others can. Even the smallest inhabitants, like the dung beetle, play a crucial part. Rolling their precious cargo across the plains, they aerate the soil and help new plants to grow. Together, these countless lives weave a tapestry of resilience and interdependence. The savanna is not just a place, but a living, breathing network, each animal, plant and insect a vital thread in the grand design of life on the plains. In the vast expanse of the savanna, where survival is a daily challenge, the lion reigns supreme, not by solitary strength, but through the intricate bonds of teamwork. The pride is a living network, each member playing a vital role in the collective effort to thrive in a landscape ruled by competition and danger. Within this family unit, bonds are forged through constant interaction, grooming, playing, and resting side by side, reinforcing trust and unity. The lionesses, agile and perceptive, form the core of the pride's strength. Their cooperation is the engine that drives both the hunt and the survival of their kin. When the time comes to hunt, these females move with silent precision, communicating through subtle glances and body language, orchestrating their approach with practiced expertise. Unlike the solitary cheetah, whose speed is its greatest weapon, lionesses rely on patience, intelligence, and the power of numbers to outwit their prey. Each hunt is a masterclass in coordination. Lionesses fan out, encircling herds of buffalo or zebra, anticipating every move of their quarry. When facing formidable prey like the Cape buffalo, which towers over them in size and strength, the lionesses must execute their plan flawlessly, every position, every movement calculated for maximum effect. Some lionesses drive the herd, while others lie in wait, hidden by the golden grass, ready to intercept any animal that breaks away from the group. Every step is measured, every breath controlled. The wind is their ally, masking their scent as they close the distance, invisible until the final moment. The signal to strike is almost imperceptible, a twitch of the tail, a flicker of the ear. Yet the pride responds as one, unleashing their power in perfect unison. As the chase erupts, one lioness surges forward, forcing the prey to veer, while another blocks its escape, each roll executed with unwavering focus. The struggle is fierce and dangerous. A single misstep can mean injury or death, but together the pride can subdue even the most powerful adversary. Beyond the hunt, the pride's unity is evident in moments of peace, sharing warmth, grooming each other, and reinforcing the bonds that hold them together. Social interactions are the glue of pride life, with affectionate gestures and playful encounters strengthening relationships and easing tensions. The lionesses are often close relatives, sisters, mothers, aunts, who pool their efforts to nurture and protect the next generation. Cubs are raised in a communal nursery, watched over by vigilant females who shield them from lurking dangers and teach them the ways of the pride. This shared responsibility ensures that even the youngest members benefit from the collective wisdom and protection of the group. While some lionesses hunt, others remain behind, ever watchful, ready to defend the cubs from prowling hyenas or rival males seeking to disrupt the pride's legacy. The male lions, though less involved in hunting, are the sentinels of the pride, patrolling the boundaries and standing guard against intruders. Their imposing manes serve as both armor and warning, shielding them in battle and signaling their dominance to rivals. Vigilant and powerful, the males scan the horizon, their presence a deterrent to any who would threaten the pride's territory. Their roars echo across the plains, a proclamation of strength and a warning that this land is fiercely defended. Through unwavering cooperation and shared purpose, the pride carves out a sanctuary in the wild, ensuring that every member, from the youngest cub to the oldest lioness, has a place in the ongoing story of survival. In the vast, sun-drenched plains of the Savanna, survival is a contest of innovation and adaptation. While lions orchestrate their hunts with coordinated teamwork, other predators have evolved their own remarkable strategies to carve out a niche in this unforgiving landscape. The cheetah, a living embodiment of speed, is the undisputed sprinter of the animal kingdom. Every muscle, tendon, and bone in its body is fine-tuned for explosive acceleration. With a single powerful surge, the cheetah can rocket from a standstill to over 60 miles per hour in the blink of an eye, leaving a blur of dust in its wake. Its flexible spine acts as a spring, stretching and contracting with each stride, while its elongated limbs and semi-retractable claws provide unmatched grip and reach. The cheetah's long, muscular tail serves as a counterbalance, allowing it to pivot sharply as it weaves through the grass in pursuit of prey. Unlike the nocturnal hunters of the savanna, cheetahs are diurnal, relying on keen eyesight to scan the open plains for the slightest movement, a flick of an ear, a ripple in the grass. To avoid dangerous confrontations with more powerful carnivores, cheetahs time their hunts for daylight hours, steering clear of lions and hyenas that dominate the night. When the moment is right, the cheetah launches into a chase that is as brief as it is breathtaking, a high-stakes gamble where every heartbeat counts. The hunt begins with a patient stalk, the cheetah's spotted coat blending seamlessly with the golden grass. Then, in a sudden eruption of energy, it closes the distance in seconds, relying on sheer velocity to catch its quarry off guard. But this extraordinary speed comes at a steep price. The cheetah's body overheats rapidly, and after a chase it is left gasping for breath, muscles trembling and heart pounding. It can only sustain its top speed for a few hundred meters before exhaustion and the risk of heat stroke force it to stop, regardless of the outcome. If successful, the cheetah must devour its meal with haste, ever watchful for the approach of larger predators drawn by the commotion. Built for speed rather than combat, the cheetah is often forced to abandon its hard-earned prize to opportunistic scavengers like hyenas, who use their strength and numbers to intimidate and overwhelm. In contrast, the African wild dog is a master of endurance and cooperation, thriving where others might falter. These highly social canids hunt in tightly knit packs, orchestrating complex strategies to outmaneuver and outlast their prey. Their strength lies not in brute force or blinding speed, but in relentless teamwork and unwavering stamina. Each member plays a role, from flanking to herding, ensuring no opportunity is wasted. Communication is constant. High-pitched yips, whines, and tail signals keep the pack coordinated, even as they race across the plains. Rather than relying on stealth, wild dogs initiate long-distance pursuits, driving their quarry to exhaustion over several miles. The pack rotates leaders during the chase, allowing individuals to recover while others take the lead, maintaining relentless pressure on their target. Eventually, the prey collapses from sheer fatigue and the pack closes in, ending the hunt with swift efficiency. Among the most enigmatic of the savanna's hunters are the spotted hyenas, whose reputation belies their true prowess. Far from being mere scavengers, hyenas are formidable hunters, capable of bringing down large prey through sheer persistence and cunning. Their societies are matriarchal, with powerful females leading large, tightly bonded clans. Social bonds are reinforced through grooming, vocalizations, and complex interactions. Hyenas possess jaws of immense strength, able to crush and consume bones that other predators leave behind, extracting every last calorie from a carcass. Like wild dogs, hyenas are endurance hunters, capable of pursuing prey over long distances, but they are also opportunists, adapting their tactics to whatever the savanna offers. When the opportunity arises, hyenas use their numbers and raucous calls to intimidate rivals, seizing meals from cheetahs or even challenging lions. In the predator kingdom of the savanna, it is not just strength or speed, but adaptability and intelligence that determine who thrives. Beyond the sunlit savannas lies a realm veiled in perpetual mist, the enigmatic Darién Gap, where the very air hums with secrets and the unknown. Here, a tangled expanse of mountainous rainforest sprawls across the border of Panama and Colombia, forming a living barricade of green that few dare to cross. Rain falls in relentless sheets, nourishing a wilderness so remote and impenetrable that it has become a sanctuary for life found nowhere else on Earth. Within this labyrinth, sunlight struggles to pierce the dense canopy, and shadows twist between trunks cloaked in moss and lichen. Towering trees, their limbs draped in orchids and bromeliads, rise like ancient pillars, supporting a ceiling of leaves that transforms the forest floor into a dim, emerald twilight. Below, the ground is a tapestry of tangled roots and decaying leaves, where every step is muffled by the thick, damp carpet, and the air is heavy with the scent of earth and life. In this shadowy world, survival is a delicate dance of concealment and patience. Every creature is a master of disguise, Fur, scales, and feathers blend seamlessly with the shifting greens and browns, rendering them nearly invisible to both predator and prey. The dense foliage is both shield and stage, allowing animals to vanish in an instant or stalk unseen through the undergrowth. Instead of thunderous roars, the jungle resounds with a symphony of life, the haunting calls of monkeys echoing from the treetops, the persistent drone of insects, and the soft rhythmic croaks of frogs hidden beneath leaves. Each layer of this forest is a world unto itself. Some creatures leap and glide through the canopy, others prowl the shadowed floor, while still more slip silently through the swift tannin-stained rivers. The ecosystem is a living mosaic, where every species has evolved to fill a precise role, from the tiniest insect to the most elusive predator. The diversity here is staggering. Each corner of the labyrinth teems with life, from vibrant birds flitting through shafts of light to secretive mammals that rarely emerge from the shadows. High above, brown-headed spider monkeys and Colombian red howler monkeys traverse the treetops with astonishing agility, their calls reverberating through the leafy corridors. As they feast on ripe fruit, these primates unwittingly scatter seeds, ensuring the forest's endless renewal and the survival of countless plant species. On the ground, armies of leaf-cutter ants march in tireless procession, each carrying a fragment of leaf to subterranean gardens, where they cultivate a fungus that sustains their colony. In the waterways, spectacled caimans lurk with patient stillness, while basilisk lizards, with a burst of speed, dash across the water's surface, defying gravity to evade lurking threats. Danger is ever present, and many inhabitants have evolved extraordinary defenses. Some display vivid warning colors, others rely on sudden displays or toxic skin to deter would-be attackers. Among the most striking are the poison dart frogs, their jewel-like hues a bold proclamation of their potent chemical arsenal. Their radiant skin is a living warning sign, advertising toxins so powerful that even the boldest predator thinks twice before striking. These toxins are not self-made. They are harvested from the ants and mites the frogs consume, a remarkable adaptation that turns diet into defense. Elsewhere, the boa constrictor lies in silent ambush, its muscular coils ready to strike and subdue prey with a sudden, crushing embrace. In this mysterious green labyrinth, every shadow conceals a story of adaptation, resilience, and the relentless drive to survive in one of the planet's most intricate and awe-inspiring wildernesses. Deep within the tangled labyrinth of the Darién Gap, where sunlight barely pierces the emerald canopy, a single predator moves with unrivaled confidence, the jaguar. Here, in this realm of perpetual twilight, the jaguar is not merely a hunter, but the silent sovereign of the shadows. With a muscular frame built for both stealth and strength, the jaguar glides through the undergrowth, its golden eyes scanning for the faintest sign of movement. Every step is calculated, each muscle tensed in anticipation, as it navigates the dense foliage with a grace that belies its power. Unlike the social lions of Africa, the jaguar is a master of solitude. It claims vast territories, patrolling the boundaries with silent determination, leaving only the faintest traces, paw prints in the mud, a scratch on a tree, the echo of a distant roar. The jaguar's hunting strategy is a blend of patience and explosive force. It crouches low, blending seamlessly with the tangled roots and fallen leaves, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Its rosette-patterned coat is more than beautiful. It is a living disguise. Dappled sunlight filters through the canopy, breaking up the jaguar's outline and rendering it nearly invisible to both prey and rival predators. Moving with near-absolute silence, the jaguar's padded paws barely disturb the forest floor. It can stalk for hours, undetected, before unleashing a sudden, devastating burst of speed that leaves its prey with no chance to escape. The jaguar's jaws are a marvel of evolution, broad, muscular, and equipped with dagger-like teeth. When it strikes, it does so with a precision and force that is unmatched among the world's big cats. Its bite is so powerful that it can pierce the thickest bones, shattering skulls and shells alike. This unique adaptation allows the jaguar to target the most vulnerable spot, the brain, ending the hunt in an instant. While many predators suffocate their prey, the jaguar's method is swift and merciless. It delivers a single, fatal bite, often to the skull, ensuring a quick and efficient kill. This lethal technique is not just a testament to its strength, but also to its intelligence. Each hunt is a calculated act, honed by generations of survival in one of the world's most challenging environments. The jaguar's menu is as varied as the jungle itself. Agile enough to snatch monkeys from the treetops, powerful enough to bring down a full-grown tapir, and fearless in the water, where it hunts armored caimans. Few creatures are beyond its reach. Yet the jaguar is not the only feline prowling these forests. The margay, a much smaller but equally remarkable cat, thrives in the shadowy world above the forest floor. The margay is a true acrobat of the canopy, its slender body and long tail perfectly suited for life among the branches. It moves with astonishing agility, leaping from limb to limb in pursuit of prey. Unique among cats, the margay's ankles can rotate a full 180 degrees, allowing it to descend trees headfirst, a skill that opens up a world of hunting opportunities inaccessible to most predators. This remarkable adaptation lets the margay pursue prey into the highest reaches of the forest, where birds, small mammals and reptiles abound. As night falls, the margay becomes a phantom in the treetops, its large eyes perfectly attuned to the darkness. It stalks silently, relying on stealth and surprise to capture its quarry. The margay's existence is a testament to the rainforest's vertical complexity. Each layer, from the shadowy ground to the sunlit canopy, is a world unto itself, inhabited by predators uniquely adapted to their domain. Across this living tapestry, predators employ a dazzling array of strategies. Some rely on brute force, others on cunning or agility, each carving out a niche in the relentless struggle for survival. High above, the harpy eagle surveys its domain, with a wingspan that rivals the width of the forest trails and talons. As formidable as any predator's jaws, it is the undisputed monarch of the canopy. In a breathtaking display of power and precision, the harpy eagle swoops through the branches, seizing monkeys and sloths with a grip that brooks no resistance. Its presence alone shapes the behavior of countless creatures below. On the forest floor, the 9-banded armadillo plays a quieter, yet vital, role. Armored and persistent, it forages tirelessly, its snout rooting through the leaf litter in search of insects and grubs. As it digs and burrows, the armadillo transforms the landscape, aerating the soil and creating microhabitats that nurture a host of smaller organisms. Its actions ripple through the ecosystem, supporting life in unseen ways. In this intricate web of life, every predator, from the mighty jaguar to the nimble margay and the soaring harpy eagle, is both hunter and guardian. Together they maintain the delicate balance of the rainforest, ensuring its survival for generations yet to come. Across the vast African savanna and the dense, mysterious Darién Gap, the marks of human influence are etched into the very fabric of the land. Even in places where the horizon seems endless and the wilderness appears untouched, the subtle scars of change are everywhere. Herds of antelope graze warily on shrinking grasslands, while elusive jaguars prowl the forest shadows, their territories fragmented and their ancient pathways blocked by invisible boundaries. The relentless advance of deforestation carves open wounds in the earth, transforming once continuous habitats into isolated patches, each one a fragile island of life surrounded by emptiness. Where wild grass once rippled in the wind, neat rows of crops now stretch to the horizon, and the mosaic of farmland and settlement fragments the ancient migration routes of elephants and the hunting grounds of lions. Forced into ever closer proximity, predators and prey alike, find themselves navigating a perilous new world, where the boundaries between survival and danger are blurred by the encroachment of civilization. In the Darién Gap, the emerald canopy is punctured by scars of cleared land, each patch a silent testament to the relentless hunger for resources. Ancient trees, centuries old, fall in rapid succession, their trunks felled and their roots exposed, leaving behind a landscape stripped of shelter and shade. The canopy, once a fortress for monkeys and harpy eagles, is shattered, exposing its inhabitants to the harshness of the open sky and the dangers that follow. Where the jungle once thrived, open fields now sprawl, the relentless expansion of cattle ranching and agriculture erasing the intricate web of life that depended on the forest's shelter. Deep within the rainforest, gaping wounds of open pit mines glisten with toxic runoff, their presence a stark reminder of the price paid for fleeting riches. Rivers, once crystal clear, now run thick with mercury and silt, their currents carrying invisible poisons far downstream, seeping into every corner of the ecosystem. Fish float lifeless on the surface, caimans glide through tainted waters, and jaguars prowl the banks, all caught in a silent cascade of contamination that ripples through the food chain. The remains of poached animals, tusks, horns, and bones, are grim relics of a thriving illegal trade that empties the wild of its most iconic inhabitants. In the aftermath, the savanna is haunted by the absence of giants, their bodies left behind as silent witnesses to a tragedy unfolding in the shadows. The black rhino, once a symbol of strength, now survives in only the most remote corners, its numbers dwindling with each passing year. Even the king of beasts is not spared, as the demand for bones and body parts drives a silent, relentless hunt. Herds that once thundered across the plains are now reduced to scattered survivors, their ancient trails fading into emptiness. The loss of these keystone species sends shockwaves through the ecosystem, unraveling the delicate balance that has endured for millennia. Pollution seeps into every corner, from the drifting haze above the grasslands to the plastic-littered undergrowth of the rainforest, each fragment a reminder of a world in flux. The skies themselves have changed, as unpredictable storms and shifting seasons rewrite the rules of survival. Parched earth cracks beneath the hooves of desperate animals, and the search for water becomes a daily struggle against a climate growing ever more unforgiving. In the cloud forests, the mist grows thin, and the lush vegetation wilts under the strain of a changing world, its resilience tested to the limit. Trails of discarded plastic and debris snake through the jungle, a silent procession of waste that chokes streams and suffocates the soil, leaving a legacy that will linger for generations. The evidence is everywhere, silent, persistent, and undeniable. The fate of these wild kingdoms now hangs in the balance, shaped by forces that reach far beyond their borders. As the first rays of sunlight spill across the savanna and filter through the ancient forests, a quiet transformation is underway, one that brings genuine hope for the future of the predator kingdom. Across these wild landscapes, apex predators are beginning to reclaim their ancestral domains. Lion prides, once scattered and wary, now gather in the open, their cubs playing in the safety of restored grasslands. Leopards, elusive and solitary, confidently patrol their territories, their presence a sign of a balanced ecosystem. Cheetah, mothers, vigilant yet hopeful, nurture their young in areas where prey has returned and cover is plentiful. Packs of African wild dogs, once on the brink, now move with renewed purpose, their coordinated hunts a testament to the resilience of nature when given a chance to recover. In the shadowy forests of the Darién, jaguars step softly through the undergrowth, their golden coats dappled by sunlight. Pumas, silent and powerful, traverse rivers and ridges, expanding their range. As habitats reconnect and prey populations rebound, even the scavengers, vultures soaring on thermals, hyenas gathering at waterholes, play their part in this renewal, ensuring that every life lost nourishes the land and sustains the cycle of life. The return of large herbivores, like elephants and buffalo, shapes the landscape in ways that benefit predators. Their movements open up new hunting grounds and create waterholes, supporting a web of life that stretches from the smallest insect to the mightiest lion. Rivers, once choked by drought or blocked by human intervention, now flow more freely. Fish populations surge, drawing crocodiles and otters back to their ancient haunts, while birds of prey scan the waters for signs of movement. In the forests, the chorus of life grows louder. Monkeys leap from branch to branch, birds call to one another, and insects pollinate wildflowers, all contributing to the intricate balance that sustains predators at the top of the food chain. With each passing season, the signs of recovery become more visible. Jaguars mark their territories with renewed confidence, and lions announce their presence with thunderous roars that echo across the plains. Prey species, too, are thriving. Antelope and wildebeest migrate in vast numbers, their movements supporting the predators that depend on them and ensuring the health of the entire ecosystem. Where fire and deforestation once left scars, new growth now flourishes. Saplings push through the soil, and grasses sway in the breeze, providing shelter and sustenance for countless creatures. The next generation of predators, curious cubs and playful pups, explore their world with wonder, their survival increasingly assured by the stability of their habitats. Even as night falls, hope endures. Owls glide silently in search of prey, and bats skim the surface of moonlit ponds, each playing a vital role in the nocturnal drama of the wild. These scenes, once rare, are becoming more common, a testament to the resilience of nature and the promise of a future where predators and their prey can thrive together. In every corner of these wild kingdoms, hope is not just a distant dream but a living, breathing reality. One sunrise, one paw print, one heartbeat at a time. Across the vast African savanna and the mysterious depths of the Darién Gap, life unfolds in ways both ancient and astonishing. These wild kingdoms are not simply landscapes, they are living, breathing worlds, each with its own intricate web of relationships, struggles, and triumphs. Here, every sunrise marks the beginning of a new chapter in a story millions of years in the making. The air is thick with the scent of wildflowers and the calls of unseen creatures. Towering trees and endless grasses work silently, drawing carbon from the atmosphere, releasing life-giving oxygen, and regulating the delicate balance of our planet's climate. Beneath the surface, roots intertwine in a hidden network, exchanging nutrients and information. Fungi and bacteria break down fallen leaves, recycling them into the soil, nourishing the next generation of plants. Every inch of these wild places is alive with unseen activity, each organism playing a vital role in sustaining the whole. The animals that roam these lands are more than icons of wilderness. They are engineers, gardeners, and guardians. Elephants carve pathways through dense brush, opening up new spaces for other species. Jaguars keep populations in balance, ensuring that no single creature dominates. Herds of wildebeest and antelope shape the land as they migrate, their hooves stirring seeds into the earth. Even the smallest inhabitants are essential. Insects pollinate flowers, ensuring the next generation of plants. Ants aerate the soil, while beetles and butterflies carry pollen and seeds across great distances. Each species, no matter how tiny, is a thread in the tapestry of life. These wild kingdoms are treasure troves of diversity, home to rare and undiscovered species. Some may only exist in a single valley or on one ancient tree. Their unique adaptations, camouflage, venom, vibrant colors, are the result of countless generations of evolution, shaped by the challenges and opportunities of their environment. Within these organisms lie secrets that could transform our understanding of medicine, technology, and life itself. The compounds in a frog's skin, the resilience of a wild orchid, or the structure of a spider's web may one day inspire breakthroughs that benefit all of humanity. But these wonders are fragile. A single act, clearing a patch of forest, draining a wetland, introducing an invasive species, can unravel connections that took millennia to form. The loss of even one species can send ripples through the entire ecosystem, weakening its ability to withstand drought, disease, or fire. When these wild places are damaged, the consequences reach far beyond their borders. Water cycles are disrupted, soils erode, and the climate grows more unpredictable. The loss is not just ecological, it is a loss of beauty, wonder, and possibility. To protect these wild kingdoms is to safeguard the very processes that make life on Earth possible. It is to honor the ancient rhythms of migration, the silent work of pollinators, and the drama of predator and prey. It is to ensure that the world remains a place of mystery and discovery, where the roar of a lion or the flash of a rare bird's wing can still stir the soul. These places are irreplaceable. Once lost, no amount of effort can truly restore their original complexity or the full richness of their life. Protecting them is not just a duty, it is a privilege, a chance to stand as guardians for the wild heart of our planet. In the end, the survival of these wild kingdoms is a testament to the resilience and beauty of life itself. Their continued existence is a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in a changing world there are still places where nature reigns, untamed and magnificent. Let us cherish these wild kingdoms, not only for what they give us, but for what they are, living wonders, ancient and ever-renewing, deserving of our deepest respect and protection. As the golden sun dips below the horizon, a hush falls over the wild kingdom. What appears to be rest for the land is, in truth, the beginning of a new and hidden world, a world ruled by nocturnal predators. In the deepening twilight, shadows stretch and merge, cloaking the savanna and rainforest alike in secrecy. Here, the masters of the night emerge, their senses sharpened by darkness and their movements guided by instinct honed over countless generations. The leopard, silent and elusive, glides through the undergrowth with unmatched grace. Its rosette-marked coat is almost invisible in the dappled moonlight, allowing it to stalk prey with near-invisible steps. Every muscle is tuned for stealth, every whisker quivers at the faintest tremor in the grass. Above, a pair of wide, golden eyes scan the earth, an owl perched in silent vigil. With ears that can pinpoint the rustle of a single mouse and wings that slice through the night in absolute silence, it is a phantom of the treetops. On the plains, packs of hyenas awaken, their laughter echoing beneath the stars. Far from mindless scavengers, these skilled hunters coordinate with eerie precision, using a complex language of calls to rally the group and outmaneuver their quarry. Their powerful jaws can crack bones, ensuring that nothing is wasted in the cycle of life. Nearby, a serval cat listens intently, its oversized ears swiveling to catch the faintest squeak of a rodent hidden in the tall grass. With a sudden leap, it pounces, demonstrating the extraordinary adaptations that make survival in darkness possible. Beneath the forest canopy, the jaguar prowls, its dappled coat a perfect disguise among the shifting shadows. Unlike its daytime rivals, the jaguar is a solitary hunter, relying on sheer strength and a bite designed to pierce even the thickest skulls. In the tangled undergrowth, ocelots and civets weave between roots and fallen leaves, each guided by a unique blend of patience and agility. Their world is one of subtlety, of scents carried on the cool night breeze, of flickers of movement beneath the cover of leaves. The night is not only for the hunters. Prey species, too, have evolved remarkable nocturnal defenses, spring hares bound in zigzags, evading capture with unpredictable speed. Armored pangolins curl into near-impenetrable balls, thwarting even the most persistent predators. Eyeshine glimmers in the darkness, antelope and rodents watching, waiting, ever alert to the presence of unseen threats. In this world of perpetual twilight, every sense is heightened, every encounter a delicate balance of risk and reward. The nocturnal predators are not simply takers of life, they are vital keepers of balance, ensuring that populations remain healthy and ecosystems robust. Their secret lives played out beneath the stars and among the shadows are a testament to the intricate design of nature, a reminder that the wild kingdom never truly sleeps. As dawn approaches and the first light seeps into the sky, the night's rulers retreat to their hidden dens. Their stories, seldom seen by human eyes, continue in silence, woven into the fabric of the wild. In the darkness, life persists, mysterious, untamed, and endlessly fascinating. At the very summit of the food chain, a select few species reign as apex predators, masters of their domains, yet bound by a responsibility far greater than mere survival. These creatures, whether lion, jaguar, or crocodile, serve as the silent regulators of the wild, shaping the health and structure of entire ecosystems from the shadows of their dominion. Every motion of an apex predator sends ripples through the environment. When a pride of lions patrols the savanna, their presence alone influences the movement of herds, preventing overgrazing and allowing vegetation to recover. In their absence, balance falters, grasslands become barren, and the intricate web of life frays. Within the tangled rivers of the rainforest, the jaguar's territorial patrols keep populations of capybaras, peccaries, and caimans in check. By selectively preying on the weak or the sick, they strengthen the gene pool, ensuring only the fittest survive. This natural selection maintains not only healthy prey populations, but also the lushness of the forest itself. Even in the watery depths, apex predators like crocodiles and large fish play a crucial role. Their hunting patterns control the numbers of aquatic herbivores, which in turn prevents the overconsumption of vital plant life. The waterways remain clear, oxygen-rich and brimming with diversity, but the influence of apex predators extends beyond the hunt. The mere scent of a tiger can trigger a cascade of behavioral changes in prey, altering feeding grounds and migration paths. This dynamic dance reduces pressure on any single patch of land, allowing habitats to regenerate and flourish. Scavengers, too, benefit from the remains left by these top hunters. Hyenas, vultures, and countless insects rely on the leftovers, recycling nutrients back into the soil and fueling new growth. In this way, apex predators are not just hunters, they are catalysts for renewal, their actions echoing through every layer of the ecosystem. Their territories are vast, their needs immense, but their presence is indispensable. Remove these guardians at the top, and the consequences are swift and severe. Unchecked prey populations, vegetation collapse, and the unraveling of life's delicate balance. As the night gives way to dawn and the world awakens, the silent work of apex predators endures, unseen yet ever vital. They are the architects of stability, the unseen hands that mold the wild kingdom, ensuring that life in all its forms continues to thrive. Beneath the watchful gaze of the apex predators, a new generation stirs, awkward, curious, and hungry to learn. For the young, survival is not guaranteed. It is a daily test of instincts, wit, and resilience. Each sunrise brings a classroom without walls, lessons written in paw prints and whispered on the wind. A lion cub crouches beside her siblings, golden eyes fixed on the distant herd. Her mother demonstrates the silent stalk, each muscle coiled with purpose. The cub mimics the crouch, but a careless step sends birds fluttering skyward. The hunt fails, this time. But every mistake is a lesson, every setback a step closer to mastery. In the rainforest shadows, a jaguar cub clambers over mossy roots, trailing after its mother. The dense foliage conceals both danger and opportunity. The cub learns to blend into the dappled light, practicing the art of patience. Its first attempts at ambush end in clumsy leaps and startled prey, but gradually its movements become more fluid, its senses sharper. Young cheetahs endure a different trial. Speed is their birthright, but strategy must be learned. Under the open sky, siblings chase and tumble, refining their acceleration and agility. Their mother orchestrates mock hunts, teaching them to read the wind, to anticipate the zigzag of fleeing gazelles. Only through repetition and observation do they discover that velocity alone does not guarantee a meal. For all these apprentices, hunger is a relentless tutor. Their bodies grow leaner as they perfect the skills needed to hunt, outwit rivals, and avoid becoming prey themselves. Competition within litters is fierce. Siblings spar over scraps, forging both rivalry and camaraderie. Play fights hone reflexes, while the echoes of nighttime predators teach caution and humility. The dangers are many: venomous snakes in the undergrowth, stealthy crocodiles at the river's edge, and the ever-present threat of starvation. Some will not survive their first season, claimed by misfortune or inexperience, but those who endure emerge stronger, tempered by hardship into future guardians of their realm. Through each trial, young predators inherit not just territory, but the wisdom woven into their bloodline. Their journey is fraught with peril, yet it is essential, ensuring that only the most adaptable rise to shape the wild kingdom's destiny. These apprentices of survival are tomorrow's hunters, tomorrow's stewards, carrying forward the legacy of balance in the untamed heart of nature. In the wild kingdom, every life is bound to another by invisible threads, predator and prey locked in a perpetual dance. This relationship is not simply a contest of strength or speed. It is a dynamic interplay of adaptation, strategy, and instinct that shapes the very fabric of the ecosystem. On the open savanna, a herd of wildebeest grazes, their ears attuned to the faintest rustle. Each animal is a sentinel, alert to the subtlest shifts in the wind or the sudden silence of birds. Nearby, a pride of lions waits in the tall grass. Their golden coats blend seamlessly with the sun-bleached stalks. But the wildebeest sense the tension. A ripple of unease passes through the herd. Predators do not always rely on brute force. Instead, they exploit the weaknesses of their prey: the straggler, the injured, the young. Yet, prey animals are not passive participants. Their eyes and ears have evolved to detect the faintest hint of danger. Their survival depends on collective vigilance and coordinated movement. At a single alarm call, the herd surges forward, a living wave that confounds and divides the hunters. In the shadowed depths of the rainforest, the stakes are equally high. A jaguar stalks the riverbank, its padded paws silent on the mossy earth. Capybaras huddle at the water's edge, their bodies tense. The jaguar's approach is measured, a blend of patience and precision. But the capybaras are not without defenses. Their acute sense of smell and sharp memory of danger zones give them a fighting chance. The river itself becomes an ally, offering escape routes and obscuring scent trails. Across the grasslands, cheetahs and gazelles engage in a contest of speed and strategy. The cheetah's acceleration is unmatched, but the gazelle's agility and unpredictable sprints often tip the scales. Each encounter is a test of anticipation and reaction, a split-second battle where the outcome is never certain. These relationships are not defined solely by pursuit and escape. They drive evolution, forging new behaviors and adaptations with each generation. The cunning of the predator is met by the resourcefulness of the prey. Camouflage, mimicry, herding, and alarm calls emerge as countermeasures, while hunters refine their ambushes and tactics. Within this intricate web, balance is maintained. Predators prevent overgrazing and disease, while prey ensure that only the fittest survive. The result is a living equilibrium, where both hunter and hunted are essential to the health and diversity of the wild. Here, in this ancient arena, survival is not won by strength alone, but by the subtle art of adaptation. Predator and prey, forever entwined, shape and define each other's destinies, ensuring the eternal rhythm of life continues, undisturbed by the passage of time. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, the world beneath it is changing in ways both subtle and profound. The once familiar territories of apex hunters are being quietly transformed by the relentless advance of climate change. Across the savannas, The dry seasons grow longer and harsher. Rivers that once carved lifelines through the grasslands now shrink to scattered pools, their muddy banks marked by desperate paw prints. The great predators, lions, leopards, and cheetahs, find their hunting grounds diminished, the prey herds thinned by thirst and hunger. In the rainforest, the canopy no longer guarantees shelter. Unpredictable storms and prolonged droughts reshape the lush undergrowth, forcing jaguars to range farther in search of food. Shifting rainfall patterns disrupt the delicate balance of plant and animal life, fracturing the hunting routines that generations have relied upon. Prey species migrate along unfamiliar paths, leaving their stalkers to adapt or perish. On the frozen tundra, the melting of ancient permafrost exposes new land, but also erases the icy highways that Arctic predators used to pursue their quarry. Polar bears, once masters of the sea ice, now face longer swims and dwindling seal populations. The landscape they have ruled for millennia is vanishing beneath their feet, replaced by open water and uncertainty. Temperature rises ripple through the food chain, altering the timing of migrations and the availability of essential resources. Some predators attempt to adapt, shifting their territories or changing their hunting techniques. Others are pushed into conflict with rival species vying for shrinking patches of viable land. Yet these changes do not happen in isolation. The decline of one predator can trigger cascading effects, upsetting the balance of entire ecosystems. When the hunters are forced to retreat, prey populations can explode or collapse, and the intricate web of life begins to unravel. In this new era, survival hinges not just on strength, speed, or cunning, but on the ability to adapt to a world in flux. The Wild Kingdom stands at a crossroads, its fate entwined with the shifting climate. For every predator, the ground beneath them is no longer certain. The rules of the ancient game are being rewritten, one degree at a time. Across the world's wildest frontiers, a new era of predator conservation is quietly taking shape. As ancient challenges intensify and new threats emerge, scientists and conservationists are turning to cutting-edge tools and pioneering strategies to safeguard the future of nature's most formidable hunters. In the heart of the savanna, discrete satellite collars track the movements of lions, cheetahs, and wild dogs, mapping their territories with unprecedented accuracy. These silent sentinels collect vital data, revealing migration corridors and alerting researchers to shrinking habitats before crisis strikes. Meanwhile, remote camera traps, powered by solar energy, capture rare glimpses of elusive predators, each image adding a new piece to the puzzle of their survival. Far from the open plains, in dense rainforests and rugged mountain ranges, AI-powered listening devices monitor the sounds of the wild. Every growl, roar, and rustle is analyzed, helping conservationists detect shifts in predator populations and respond to threats in real time. Advanced genetic analysis, drawn from fallen hairs or scattered droppings, uncovers hidden family trees and migration routes, ensuring that no bloodline is lost to the shadows. Yet technology alone is not the only answer. Across protected reserves, innovative conservation networks are being forged, connecting isolated habitats with ecological corridors that allow predators to roam, hunt, and breed freely. By restoring these lifelines, conservationists give big cats, wolves, and bears the space they need to thrive amid a patchwork of changing landscapes. In the Arctic, scientists are experimenting with new techniques to safeguard polar bears and their prey as the ice recedes. Artificial dens provide shelter for mothers and cubs, while experimental floating platforms offer crucial hunting grounds as sea ice diminishes. On the savanna, controlled burns and water management projects help maintain prey-rich grasslands, balancing the needs of both hunters and the hunted. Even the smallest innovations can tip the scales. Specialized beehive fences deter elephants from encroaching on predator territories, while non-invasive tracking tags minimize disruption to the animals themselves. Every breakthrough, whether in the field or the laboratory, is a step toward a future where predators and prey continue their ancient dance on a stage that is constantly evolving. The journey ahead is uncertain, but it is not without hope. As science and strategy converge, the Wild Kingdom's most iconic hunters are given new chances to adapt, endure, and inspire future generations. The future of predator conservation is a testament to ingenuity, resilience, and the unbreakable will to survive.